Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous day. So today we're going to take a dive deeper looking at our behavior. And I have posted the behavior awareness worksheet. I am not sure who actually looks at it, but everybody should be looking at it. I just got off the phone with a fellow nutrition coach and trainer, and we just had the best conversation. I was actually interviewing her for my VIP group, and we were talking to each other about how it really is not about the food. Okay, I'm teaching you about nutrition and you're learning some things, but what it's really about are our behaviors. The food is a reflection of what is going on in our lives. And one of the biggest things, we talked about this, that people struggle with is consistency. There's a reason we're not able to be consistent. There's a reason that, we go off track, that we find ourselves like eating things that aren't on plan. But it's not a mystery. Like, we don't just automatically start eating all the chips and salsa. We don't automatically just start eating a bunch of cookies. We don't just automatically start finishing our children's meals. Something is leading up to that, and we need to figure out what it is so that we can stop it before it starts. So this is all about awareness. And maybe you have found yourself, all of a sudden you recover from finishing all of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in your house, and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Like, what was going on? And, we've all been there. So there's no judgment. There's absolutely no judgment when we're starting to analyze our behavior and what we're doing, because we can't change it unless we know. So, you're just observing, like, what just happened. And I want you to think of overeating as like links in a chain. So, just a chain made up of links. You don't just get to the end of that chain where the overeating occurs. All these little links add up and get you to that point. So it seems like, it starts the minute you've put that first tortilla chip and salsa in your mouth, but really it started long beforehand, and maybe even like days beforehand. So it could happen like this. You might have been stressed out Monday, and then you ate more on Tuesday because you and your spouse went out to eat and you were like, let's live it up. Perhaps you skipped breakfast and then you overate at dinner time or even after dinner time. A big thing that happens, you have a couple drinks with friends, and then all of a sudden it's like, let's stop at Taco Bell, everybody. Or you might be feeling deprived, like we talked about weekend or evening-itis. You might be feeling deprived and you finally want to like rebel or just relax and eat whatever the heck that you want. So stressed, not eating enough, cocktails are involved, friends are involved, or you're just being too strict with yourself ordinarily and you just need a break. You feel that you need a break. So several steps have to happen before you overeat. For example, you have to decide to go get the food. Sometimes the food's in the cupboard. Sometimes we make a special trip to 7-Eleven to get Doritos, right? I've done that before. Then a lot of times we have to find time to be alone. So this is like a premeditated, for lack of a better word, binge session. And then you have to open up the package and then you begin. So already there's like 4 things. You decide to go get the food. You go get it. You find a time to be alone and eat it. You open the package. Then you start to eat it. So there's like 5 things leading up to this with this particular scenario. So whatever leads you to overeat, it's not a mystery. We just have to work backwards and figure out how these links are connected. So it's hard to stop overeating once we are in the thick of it, because a lot of the foods that we tend to overeat are high reward foods, meaning they taste and feel really good. The pleasure centers in our brain are like, yes, give me more of that. Give me more of that Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Give me more of that chips and salsa. Give me more of that pizza. Give me more of that ice cream. I want. It's high on the rewards, low on the nutrients. So it's not even filling you up, because you don't have to be hungry to eat these high reward foods. You just want them because they're comfort foods, they taste great, and we want them because they're super tasty. But the point is this: it's a lot easier to prevent this overeating episode to occur in the first place by addressing the problems further up the chain, and we just want to break those links. So I'm not going to go over all the details of the worksheet because a lot of it is redundant, but it goes into time frames. Awesome, Mark. Let me see what your full question is. Oh, I will get back to you in just a second. So, in this behavior worksheet, you can see what it does. It helps you see 2 to 3 hours beforehand. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling emotionally? Tired, hungry, sad, happy? What are you feeling physically? Tired, sore, starving. Where are you? Are you at home? Are you at the bar with your friends? Are you at a restaurant? What time is it? Does this always happen after work? In between, picking up kids and getting dinner ready, or after dinner? And who is with you? Are you alone, or do you have some cohorts with your overeating episodes? So you want to figure out 2 to 3 hours. What in the heck is going on when I do this? Then you're going to fast forward to about an hour and a half to an hour before you overeat XYZ. What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling emotionally? What are you feeling physically? Where are you and who's with you? So that part's pretty much the same. Immediately beforehand, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Where are you emotionally? What are you feeling emotionally? What are you feeling physically? Where are you and who is with you? Those are the same questions. As you start, what are you doing? Okay, that starts the same. What are you thinking? What are you feeling emotionally? What are you feeling physically? What are you choosing to consume? Are you always gravitating towards the same things? Why are you choosing this particular food? Where are you and who is with you? So now we just want to know what we're doing before and who is with us and how we're feeling, but what foods are we choosing and why? In the middle of it, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling emotionally, physically? What are you choosing to consume? And why are you choosing this food? Where are you and who is with you? And then afterwards, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling emotionally, physically? Where are you and who is with you? And with that worksheet, you're just like an investigator. You can start to see the patterns. So that's what we're looking for. We want to see, is it a time? Is it a place? Is it a thought? Is it a feeling? Is it a type of food? Is it a situation, a person, or all of the above? So right now, don't worry about changing everything. Just start to build awareness and notice and name. And you'll notice a lot of this has to do with your environment. Your environment should be set up for you to succeed. Your environment should be pulling you in to make good choices. You don't want to have to fight your environment. Fighting your environment is a losing battle. So if it's certain people that are saboteurs or bad influences, if it's certain foods, get them out of your house. If it's certain restaurants, don't go there. Like, really take charge of where you are putting yourself and what is in your environment. Because if you don't have control over your environment, you're going to have a really hard time finding success with your weight loss and breaking this like overeating, undereating cycle. So what you want to look at is see if you notice yourself like snacking at 3 p.m. Try and do something else during that time frame. So that's that weird time between lunch and between dinner. Maybe you're starting to get dinner ready. Maybe you're running around picking up kids and you're stopping at Chick-fil-A and you have every best intention of getting like grilled chicken nuggets, but then the waffle fries are there and you're like, I can't not get the waffle fries. So don't stop at Chick-fil-A. Stop at 7-Eleven and get a protein bar instead. Or, if you're not running around town and you just are at home or at your office and that's when you go down to the vending machine, what else can you do? Can you go talk to somebody else in your office? Can you check in with the group at 3 p.m.? That would be a great thing to do because that gets you re-inspired. Do you notice that you grab a snack when you come home from work via the back door through the kitchen? Try coming in the front door instead. So all these little things, like I recently read this book, it's Willpower Doesn't Work. And a lot of times, smokers who smoke out in front of their office, walking into the office is a trigger for them because that's the door that they go out to have their cigarette. Like that, they see the cue, the trigger, and that's what they want. So all you have to do is like change the triggers that are in your environment. So might mean going in through a different door. You know, are you walking through the kitchen first thing and you automatically turn to the right, go to the pantry? Come in a different door, or go upstairs and change your clothes first and break the pattern. If you notice that you reach for a candy bar after a family visit, make a note for next time before the in-laws come knocking, and have other stuff available besides candy bars. Don't have candy bars at home. There's no way that we could have candy bars in my house. Between my husband and I, they just would not last. So these little small changes, like going through a different door, taking a slight change in your routine, or just becoming aware, these are going to have huge effects on your behaviors. And you're not even like really changing a lot. You're not changing a lot of stuff. These are small little things that you can do, just amplifying your environment so that it is queued up for you to be successful. So what to do now? If you haven't already, download the worksheet, print it off. I mean, really, if this is something that you struggle with, really fill it out and look at it. No one has to look at it except for you, right? And again, you're not judging the information. You're just like, I had no idea that after school time was such a problem for me. I think I need to have a bigger lunch. Or I need to have grapes on me instead of stopping at Chick-fil-A for French fries. Little things like that. Notice and name what it is that you're doing. Staying objective, thinking like a scientist. It's just a science experiment. That's all we're doing. We're analyzing the data. We are describing the situation without judgment. And then consider the links in your chain. What is connected and where can you stop the links? Where can you stop the connection? And most importantly, eat slowly and to 80% full. If you eat slowly and to 80% full, you won't overeat. It's hard to eat those reward foods slowly and to 80% full because they are highly rewarding to our taste buds. So, moving forward with this, I want to answer Mark's question. So, Mark was wondering, I cannot eat baby carrots. Too much for me. My favorite veggies. My favorite veggies. I love celery with Laughing Cow cheese wedges. That is my go-to veggie snack right now, or anything with a Laughing Cow cheese wedge. Because I'm like a child with vegetables. I don't really love them, but I love the Laughing Cow cheese wedges. Because they're little and tiny but spreadable, you can get a lot of bang for your buck. And since you're a dude, you could have like 3 of them and they're not going to affect your macros hardly at all. There's like a gram of fat, a gram of protein, and that is it. So I love a raw veggie with a Laughing Cow cheese wedge. That is my favorite veggie snack right now. If I think of any others, I will let you know. And my cucumber salad. If you like cucumbers, I will post the recipe right now. It's my favorite. It's basically like, if you like pickles, you will like this. It is delicious, and there's not a lot of micronutrients, but there's also not a lot of macronutrients. So it gives you something to munch on, and you feel like you're eating, I call them my healthy potato chips, but there's no fat. But you get the crunch, you get the salt, you get the tang. Excellent. Great question, Mark. So you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Looking forward to your macro check-ins. And I'll be in touch, obviously, tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. I am traveling again tomorrow morning, coming back to Denver. But I will definitely be checking in when I'm at the airport. But then back to normal schedule for the rest of the week. You guys have an awesome evening, and I will talk to you soon.